Hello and welcome to Skylight Pool's channel. My name is Umaid Saidov. I am the owner and the operator of Skylight Pool. Today's topic is going to be Cardano rewards. We were going to be talking about how they're generated and how they get to your account. So stay tuned and let's get into it. So the amount of ADA issued on a systemic level in Cardano is directly tied to two factors. One is the reserves and the second is the decay rate. The reserves are there in order to incentivize the stake pool operators and stakeholders alike in order to sustain the network. A decay rate is the rate at which these reserves are depleted every epoch. To arrive at the number of ADA issued every epoch, you basically multiply the decay rate by the remaining reserves. In this case, for instance, in epoch 211, we had the outstanding reserves of around 13.2 billion, and when we multiply it by the decay rate of 0.3, we get our reward emissions of 39. Now, there's one particular interesting thing about the emissions and the reserves, and that is their level goes down as the time progresses. And the best way to show it is to see it graphically, to be honest. And I have created something like that over here. And you see that as the time progresses, the rewards get smaller and smaller, and that is because our reserves, the total amount of the reserves, is getting smaller and smaller. So that's one peculiar dynamic of rewards. Now that we have established how the rewards are calculated, let's take a look at how they are distributed. So we are in epoch 217. I expect the reward emissions to equal 39 million. From these 39 million, we need to take out 20% of it, which is 7.8, and that goes to the treasury. The remaining amount, which is around 31.2, is something that's available for stakeholders. However, the stakeholders aren't going to get the whole amount, and that's because not all of the stakeholders are staking. I think in the current epoch, around 48 are staking. 48% of stakeholders are staking, so 48% of the rewards go to the stakeholders, and the remaining amount goes to treasury. So treasury gets the 20% plus the unclaimed rewards. So whoever hasn't staked, they are supporting the treasury. Graphically, it looks like this over here. You have the distributed rewards, which is the part of rewards that goes into the to the stakeholders that are staking. There's unclaimed rewards that goes into the treasury, and then there's a treasury tax, which is 20% on the total amount. You have around 39 million in total. Now that you know how the rewards are calculated on an aggregate level and how they are distributed on an aggregate level, let's take a look at how the rewards get to your account. So in Cardano, the rewards are calculated on a pool-by-pool basis, and rewards themselves are separate from the block production, which determines the performance of a pool. So each epoch, we have this pool reward formula that takes a bunch of factors that are outside the scope of today's video, and takes the total rewards available after tax and determines the number of ADA available for a pool, the optimal number of ADA available for a pool. Now that number is multiplied by performance metric, which is basically the number of blocks produced by a pool versus the expected blocks. If the number of blocks produced is less than expected blocks, the amount that the pool will receive will be less than amount available for the pool, and the excess goes back to the reserves. If the performance is higher than 100%, then you will get more rewards than was calculated by this reward formula. Now, in this section over here of the file, I have the pool size. For instance, we have 25 million, a pool of 25 million, the pool pledge, your stake in the pool, and the fixed fee and an operator's fee, and that basically gives you a result of how much your rewards are going to be for Epoch 217. Now, this is basically the your rewards if the pool performed at 100%. Now, pools don't always perform at 100%. Sometimes they do less, sometimes they do more. So in this case, we're saying that the pool performed at a 98%, which gives us a performance adjusted rewards of 67 ADA for your 100,000 ADA. And that basically translates into an annualized ROS of 5.04. Now, what would happen if pool basically got assigned more blocks than was expected? Let's say that 120% performance. It will increase the number of ADA you will get, and the annualized ROS goes up. I don't think you should pay too much attention to the performance, because over a long period of time, the performance should basically reflect the if the pool is working really well. It should be around 100%. Or 98.5, to be honest with you, because there are collisions, as you may have noticed. It's when two pools are assigned the same slot and one of them kind of wins. But yes, also over time, the performance will kind of even out. But from one epoch to another, you might have variations. So that should not scare you as a stakeholder, because this is basically built into the system. The variation comes from something called the VRF formula that assigns blocks based on the D factor and the share of the pool stake in the total current stake. So this concludes our session today, which was about rewards. Next session is going to be about the effect of pledge on your rewards and your ROS. So tune in, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time.